violence, stuff like that. And I've known David 40 years, something, 35 years or something. I've known him as long, pretty much longer than Tell, maybe a couple of years less. And we've always, talked to each other and stuff. And I'm always nervous that I'm going to say something to piss him off, because when I'm talking, I'm pissing somebody off. It seems as easy as that. And so, but this time on Joy Behar, I don't know what it was about me, but all of a sudden I wasn't on pins and needles around David Copperfield, and I wasn't pushing and trying to get little half-assed digs in and making some sort of, trying to set him off or something. I wasn't doing any of that shit. I was just hanging out with him, and it was fabulous. We were just talking, and I liked him. And then Holly Madison. And Holly Madison, when I'm around Holly Madison, I always want to make jokes, because Holly Madison, I was the really geeky kid in high school that got beat up and stuff, and she looked so popular. But I always want to prove to myself that I can be mean to her, that I'm not sucking up to her anymore. I don't think she's ever known this, because it's always going on inside my head that I should be mean to her. So I never really connect with her. And for some reason, something happened, and somehow, some part of me realized that whatever I felt in high school is no longer valid, because I'm a 55-year-old man. So I talked to Holly. I just talked to her. I talked to her like I talked to a buddy. Talked about who she's fucking and what she's doing, and I wasn't trying to get information out of her to spill here. She told me stuff that I could say here that would really make her uncomfortable and get her in trouble and also hit news. And you know what? I'm not going to do any of it. I'm not going to be a scumbag. That's not the scumbag I usually am anyway. But she was just sweet and nice and smart and a pleasure to be around. Now here's my thinking. Copperfield, Holly Madison, and Joy Behar did not all change at the same time. It must be me. So I think that for one afternoon in Las Vegas, I was a little less of an asshole than I usually am. How cool is that? I'm making progress. Now you're going to get a lot of letters down at the bottom of the thing that say, no, don't worry, Pen, you're still a fucking asshole. And then I'll feel bad about it. So what? It's easier than having a job. Audible.com is the leading provider of downloadable digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. Groundhog Day is a 1993 comic directed by Harold Ramis and starring Bill Murray, the same comic minds who were involved with Caddyshack, Stripes, and Ghostbusters. If you liked any one of those movies, you should definitely see Groundhog Day. It's about a weatherman named Phil Connors who travels to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania to report on the annual Groundhog Day celebration. He's not too excited about it. He acts like a jerk in the way that only Bill Murray could pull off.
1,000 people freezing their butts off waiting to worship a rat.
But it makes sense, too. I can understand what he's thinking. It's such a stupid holiday. A groundhog comes out of a hole and sees its shadow. Winter will continue for 6 more weeks. What if you see your shadow before the groundhog does? What if there's a cloud passing? Or what if the groundhog doesn't come out of the hole? What if it's dead? Why didn't my video wait till Groundhog Day? Because who cares? That's the beauty, that the filmmakers picked such a random day. There's enough Christmas movies out there, you know? After a snowstorm, Phil has to stay in town for an extra day. He wakes up the next morning to find that it's Groundhog Day again.
Groundhog Day! Nice going, boys. It's on yesterday's tape.
He's living the same day on repeat in an endless loop, and only he's affected by it. Nobody else is aware. At first he's confused, then he goes nuts. Everyone at some time feels like they're stuck in the same place, and every day is the same. In the movie, it's literal, but in real life, it could be something like a job where you do the same thing over and over. Like stopping the alarm clock, just slamming down. That's such a great image. But still has no consequences. Every time he wakes up, it's as if everything he did the day before never happened. So he starts doing some pretty desperate things and he kills himself in anything to get. But there's no escape from that. He tried to take advantage of the day as much as possible. He tried to win over the girl, so to say, by taking advantage of things he learned from her the day before and pretending to be in love. It's really a wonderful character romantic situation. Then he goes through an anti-self phase where he starts acting like a superhero and helping everybody out.
What do you think? You little brat? You have never thanked me!
Now, just for the sake of safety, we assume everyone's memories are wiped clean in the morning. But I can't help but feel every day creates an alternate timeline where everyone around Phil is living in the consequences that he created. Just an idea. I've also wondered what would happen if he didn't go to bed. Would everything just stop and reset? But it doesn't matter. It never explains why this happened. It's not science fiction. There's no time machine, no magic portal, no evil curse. It doesn't matter. It's all about what's going on with the character, all the different moods he goes through, the decisions he makes, and how he changes. The movie had a relatively quiet release. I didn't know a lot of people who saw it in the theater when it came out. I guess most of us just thought it would be a silly comedy with Bill Murray acting funny. But it's so much more. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's really one of the great comedies that goes above and beyond.
If you don't know about Groundhog Day already, you don't deserve to see Groundhog Day.
For a couple of hours and then he went to sleep.
Oh, good. Wait till you see what I got.
Lucy,
Huh.
you didn't buy more clothes.
Is that?